Hey everybody. So it's kind of a messy hair day today. But I got some books for us to enjoy today. The first one is Bear About Town. It's written by Stella Blackstone, illustrated by Debbie Harder. Bear About Town. Ooh, looks like fun time. Bear About Town, written by Stella Blackstone, illustrated by Debbie Harder. Bear goes to town every day. Honey House. So he's leaving his house. And what's it called? Honey House. You got it. He likes to walk all the way. Look at the people looking out the windows and saying hi to him. Oh, and this little one here, they're walking their dog and somebody's walking their baby. On Monday, he goes to the bakery, Grandma's Bakery. On Tuesday, he goes for a swim. We're definitely needing that this week. I hope you have some ways to stay cool. On Wednesday, he watches a movie, Real Road Cinema. On Thursday, he visits the gym, Stretch Street Gym. On Friday, he goes to the toy store, Tip Tap Toy Store. Fun! Who doesn't like the toy store? On Saturday, he strolls through the park, Sunny Park. On Sunday, he goes to the playground, Swing Lane Playground, and plays with his friends until dark. And then here's his town, a map of his whole town. Well, that's fun because he's got the cinema over here, the pool over here, his house right here. Kind of like that there's this cool clock. All these other things too. And there he is getting ready for bed. Night night, Bear. The other one is kind of about town too, but Curious George is going to the fire station. We have a fire station here in Cortland. Curious George at the fire station. Oh, sorry, my book is getting old. George and the man with the yellow hat were visiting the fire station. Hello, George, said the fire chief. How would you like to wear a fireman's hat? George put on the big hat. Then they looked at the fire engines. We're proud of them, said the chief. We keep them as bright and shiny as we can. One fireman was polishing a big brass bell on the wall. This is our alarm bell, said the chief. Whenever there is a fire, it rings. Another bell was on the engine. Oh no, George is climbing up. What do you think he's going to do? We ring that bell on our way to the fire, said the chief, so that people will get out of our way. Old-fashioned, right? Now they just press a button in the fire trucks. Oh, I guess George didn't pull it. And this is Sally, our Dalmatian. She just had 10 puppies. The puppies stay in a basket on the second floor with the firemen. They all went up to the second floor. The puppies were in the straw basket by the wall. You can barely see them. I think George might be a little afraid of that puppy. Look at him hiding behind the fire chief. Have you ever been afraid of anything? I have. Yip, 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 they barked. One tried to jump up and lick George's face. Near the basket was the big round hole with a pole in the middle. When the alarm rings, said the chief, the firemen slide down the pole to the fire engines below. You may slide down if you want, George, said the chief. But be careful, said the man with the yellow hat. George slid down the pole like a real fireman. Then he climbed onto the fire engine and sat behind the steering wheel. Make way, here comes George, the fireman. George was curious. What would happen if he rang the bell? Clang, clang, clang went the bell. The fireman heard it and jumped out of bed. Good thing, or oh no, George. Fire, 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 they shouted. Quickly they put on their uniforms and slid down the pole. It was a false alarm. When the firemen got to the engine, all they saw was a little monkey. George, said the fire chief, fighting fires is serious business. Get off that fire engine right now. George felt terrible. At that moment, they heard a dog bark. Sally was looking up to the top of the fire pole. One of the puppies had gotten out of its basket and was looking over the edge of the hole. One more step and it would fall. Tell somebody in the room with you, is it going to fall or will somebody save it? And if somebody's going to save it, who will save it? George knew what to do. He climbed up the pole as fast as he could. Then he held out his hat to catch the puppy in case it should fall. Sure enough, that puppy slipped and plop landed right in George's hat. That was using your head, George, said the chief. You saved the puppy. I'm making you an honorary fireman of our station. You can keep the hat, too. Come back to visit us any time, shouted the chief, as George and the man in the yellow hat got into their car to drive home. So I always thought it was funny because Curious George has been around since I was little, but like he never ever they never ever tell you the name of the guy with the yellow hat. It's always just George's friend with the man in the yellow hat. But anyway, maybe that's part of the mystery that makes it so good. So I haven't decided if I'm going to make a fire truck for you guys to make for a craft or if I should make a bear because Bear went around town. I'm still thinking about it. So it'll be a surprise when you head there Wednesday morning to get your craft. I don't know if they'll set it out Tuesday because they are open Tuesday night for pickups. So I'm sure you could ask if somebody came that you could pick up the craft. And if you don't go to the library yet because you're not going out, I think you should pick your favorite thing to do in Cortland and you should draw a picture of you there. Do you like to go to Dollar General? Do you like to go to the laundromat? Do you like to go to one of the parks? Which Winnie the Pooh has been visiting parks. So hopefully you're having fun with that guessing game. He's going to visit some other places besides parks too. But anyway, have a great night.